Hello again, whiskey friends. Or, in this particular case, maybe you're not a whiskey friend, but you have a whiskey friend, and you need to buy them a gift. I actually want to break this down and talk about some things to help you navigate stores. I'm going to show you some brands, I'm going to give you some strategies. But if you have a friend who just has a big whiskey collection and you're intimidated by it, and you don't want to buy them whiskey because of it, I'm going to show you what you can get them that they will appreciate, they will like, and it'll make you look really good in the process. So that's the main point of who this video is for. But hey, if you're a regular too, maybe you'll learn something. So stick around. Let's kick off the show. So, all right, I get it. If someone's buying me a bottle of whiskey and I've got 350, 400, last time I counted, open bottles kind of all around here, it's intimidating, right? Like, what am I going to buy that person? They've got everything. Not true. Not only do I not have everything, there's ways to navigate this, depending on your area, depending on your state, depending on the laws, that you can find bottles that anyone will appreciate at any level of their bourbon journey. So that's the whole point of this video. So if you stick with me here, what I'm going to try to do is walk through different price points, different occasions, and also things that I've bought people. Some of the bottles that I'm going to show you are actually gifts for people that I'm going to wrap or give away in a Secret Santa, and they may or may not put two and two together as they watch this, that's their gift, but still going to show it to you. So not only is this things that I would appreciate to receive, these are things that I'm also giving people that I know have big whiskey collections as well. So that's kind of the point of this video, and we'll see if it gives you some confidence to navigate the stores. So let's start first. Lower price bottles, we're going to say about $50 and under. That's going to be the price point that I'm going to start at here. So just a nice, solid gift. If somebody is just beginning to get into bourbons and just beginning to get into whiskey, one thing I would recommend to buy them, and even if they already own it, they won't be disappointed to have another. I'm going to kick things off with the Michter's American Whiskey. So take notes as we're going through this. These are some brands to keep an eye on, especially if you're looking at this price range. This one's around $40 to $45. But it's just a nice introductory whiskey. Man, nice sweet vanillas, nice finish. This is actually something that I start people on all the time. If they are new to whiskey and I'm giving them a blind, this is going in there, and this will be a present for somebody. Thus, it's sealed. Another one, and this applies to both people that are just getting into it or have been into it for a long time. Round a $50 price point yet again, readily available. I would never be sad if I got a bottle of this. Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Literally one of the best things that you can buy. And this bottle's almost done, so if any family members are watching this, let's buy Jeff some more Rare Breed because I'm running out. But a fantastic bottle, right around that $50 price point. Two other ones I'm going to point out, and this is once again around the $50 price point. The thing that you really got to understand is that when it comes to bourbon, we have single barrels. What does that mean? A single barrel means that somebody picked that single barrel, or the brand released it as a single barrel, and there are approximately only 150 to probably 225 bottles of that thing that exists in general throughout the world, 150 to 225 bottles. So if you're buying a bottle for somebody that has a lot of bourbon, but you find a single barrel, chances are they don't own that exact single barrel. And there are lots of flavor differences, single barrel to single barrel. So that's another way to navigate this, is to keep an eye on single barrels. With the single barrels, depending on your state, depending on the laws, there's either going to be just a single barrel that's released by the distillery themselves, or the store picked a barrel and is releasing it. And they physically, somebody associated with that store went in, picked the barrel, tasted it, and said, yes, I want to sell this in my store. So if you don't know what I'm really talking about, go into your store and ask if they have any store picks, and that'll help you out on that. The ones that I like, and these are around $40 to $50, and man, they can be so good. Don't worry about the age. There's a whole bunch of factors in that. Don't worry about it. A Remus single barrel or an Old Scout single barrel. This is delicious bourbon coming from Indiana. No one will be disappointed if they open it up and they see one of these. And it could be an absolute hitter, around $50. So 2 more things to write down. Remus and Old Scout. Can't guarantee that these are in your area, but that's the whole point of this. You need to poke around the bear and you need to ask about these things. Next up, let's kind of step it up. We're going to now step into kind of $60 to $100 range. So some mid-tier gifts. The one that I want you to look out for, if it's in your area, a Penelope. Now I'm holding up the Architect that has this blue label. It's really, really good. But if you see a toasted, if you see a cast strength, I mean, essentially, if anyone were to gift me Penelope, I'd be pretty impressed with the fact that they knew to buy Penelope right off the bat. So there's another good one. And that one is around 60, 65. And then we'll go with the kind of the same price range, 65 to 75. Now these are ryes, so not for beginners maybe. Ryes can be hit and miss with some people. Sagamore Spirit comes in this nice, unique bottle here, man. It's shaped like a diamond. This one's the double oak. This one is probably just a good go-to, no matter what you see on the shelf. There are also sherry finished, cognac finished. There are some unique ones like this. Cast strength. Once again, if someone bought me a Sagamore Spirit, I'd be pretty impressed that they bought me the Sagamore. That they were able to identify that and buy that, that's a good gift right there. One more in this price range. Now we're getting into 75 to 100. So we're stepping it up, and I'm purposely stepping it up. So this one is a gift for somebody. Hopefully I don't expose myself. But so here's a Nulu. It's a single barrel, and it's a finished product. So the finishing means that it was put into another cask to give it a whole bunch more flavor. Just another way to make it even more unique. So even if I had a Nulu, have I had this finished Nulu? On top of that, it's a single barrel. Whole bunch of ways to go with that. This one was about $85. But man, they do a whole bunch of different finishes, and you'll find other brands that do different finishes as well. So, but the Nulu is one I'd recommend more often than not, especially nowadays. So see if your store has those. The last two I'm going to highlight for this particular video, and these are two that I give as gifts as well, but we're now really stepping it up. Special gifts, I'm looking to spend like $150 maybe even $200. So now you're really stepping it up into a price range here. The first one I'm going to show you, I actually think this is pretty decently available depending on the state. It's around $150, $160. Calumet. Now this one is 16 year. There's a 14 year that still sits on the shelf. There's a 15 year that still sits on the shelf. And then there's a 16 year. Any and all of them are very, very nice gifts that range between $140 to $160, depending on the year that you get here. Once again, someone gifted this to me. Wow. That would be a great, great, great gesture. And then somebody will be getting this one too. All right. Last brand I'm going to highlight. Distribution again. Decently limited, but getting out there more and more. Four Gates. Now these cost $200. Gets pricey. So once again, match the gift to match the occasion, to match the person, to match the budget. But it's a $200 bottle. And man, they are some amazing, amazing bourbons. Now with these, and you got to be particular here. I talk about this to the store owner. If you're in an area that has 4 gates, see if they have any 4 gate batches. So this particular one was batch 26 as an example. So there's 26 different batches out there. 26 plus, you know, I mean, I think there might be 27 now. That just means there's more opportunities. And each one of those batches is different and is unique. And it costs around $200. No matter what batch I got, if somebody gifted this of a 4 gate to me, I'd be impressed. Now, I do recommend, in this particular instance, the batches over the single barrels, just because of the finishing. They're just doing some unique things with the flavor that might really be unique in somebody's collection, especially if they haven't heard of 4 gate before. That'd be kind of amazing if you gave it to a connoisseur that hadn't heard about 4 gate. That'd make you look real good. But amongst the things that I have that are really upper tier, but I see them on the shelf, it's these. So keep an eye out, take some notes. I just gave you about 9 different brands to keep an eye out on. Man, if you gift these brands, it'll make you look good. So hopefully that helped. Hopefully you learned something here, especially about the single barrels. Keep an eye about single barrels, know about store picks, ask about store picks. And that is a way that you gift bourbon to people that have a whole lot of bottles. Thank you for joining, everybody. Hopefully this was informative. I'll catch you later, whiskey friends and future whiskey friends. Bye, everybody.